Only catching air with that hook. A counterfighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Good counter punching. Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
This fight has a real good flow to it. Got out of the way of that right hook. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Nice counter shot. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important.
Here we go for round two. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twist.
The straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
You know, I've been in...
On to the third. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
He wasn't ready for that counter punch. These two fighters are made for one another. Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. A lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Back Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Nice job getting that punch through. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. No secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If you keep this...
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He threw a punch and just got countered. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Missing with the hook. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. How about that time counter shot? And he scores with the counter. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as a fighter.
Back into the fray here in round 5. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walked right through?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
Very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
No rest for the weary. Good counter punch. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judge...
On to the sixth round. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter punch caught him clean. Punch, counter punch. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They exchanged punches. Those counter punches have to hurt. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Can't land the jab there. A perfect counter lands. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. Here we go. It's round 7. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Another scoring shot there. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Catch and shoot. Beautiful counter shot. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. There's a counter shot. Oh my word, down goes RJJ! And he dropped him! The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out!
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
A knockout victory? That is... Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot!